Oh, oh, what that? Is it working? I don't see well. Uh, oh, ah. Yeah, hello guys. Yes, I found back OBS, the recording system for making some videos. It's crazy, so I'm back after a century without a cast. And I was sorry, like, yes, I try to be a caster, but sometimes you only have the time to be a player, sometimes you have the time to do nothing. So, yes, but this time I have a super replay in mind. Well, it's super, maybe it's a lame game, I don't know. Well, I mean lame, not the player, lame, the not very good adjective. But I think the map is Cobalt Valley, and the two protagonists, because it's a cool word, Crazed Chariot under the weird name of FAF for Life, yes, against which is the barcode, but the real player is ZLO, our dear ZLO. Russian against USA. This is the Cold War episode 2. No, joking. But yeah, it's probably the best Russian player against, for sure, the best US player. And they will face in a ranked match each other with their main factions. Back to the classic. Let's launch the replay. But Crazed is back on UEF. ZLO is back on Cybran after a few weeks of discovering new units in the game, but they realized that when you have a main faction, it's for something. And that's, by the way, something that I suggest to anyone who wants to improve. When you want to improve, stay on only one faction, and it will make your progression way faster, especially for 1v1. Even if there are some maps where few factions are better than others, that's true, but that's the case for any faction. Okay, I forgot who I will study in this map. Mm, would you prefer Crazed or ZLO? We have to choose it very fast. Well, actually it will be Crazed, because for the Coliseum I trained this map against him. So let's see. I think he has a good build order in mind. Although that's quite ironic that I have to cast that I have to cast this map today, because yesterday it was a map for the Coliseum final and I played absolutely bad this map against Legstock. Whereas I had made some training with Crazed, and trainings were happening quite well. But I don't know why. Yeah, like Legstock went for a very aggressive strategy, and I know usually how to react to those very aggressive push, but I don't know why I didn't do it well this time, so yeah. Let's check, and you can see reclaim order. Yeah, we will try to analyze. I didn't cast it for so long that I think it will be a disaster. I will try not to be too hard with the mouse scrolling. So first NG, one makes one pigeon, it's very important, one pigeon, then directly hydro. It would be a mistake to go for two pigeons here. And then second land, and with another pigeon here, it's a third air for sure, which is now the classic metagame. If I will say 6 months ago, it was second air for sure, because second air was very popular. Those times the game has changed, and that's a sign of a healthy game. The gameplay is always changing, and those times air is less and less used, because players know how to counter it without air. They don't overreact by making 15 anti-air, they just spread out 4 or 5 mobile anti-air, which is absolutely not expensive. Look, we can have a look, we have the time. 28 mass, 7 seconds. 7 seconds, it's not the, it looks like a tank, so we imagine that it's the same price as a tank, but no, it's the same price that a light bot, and it's the same build time. So when you produce an anti-air, first it's a lot of HPs, because it's a 200 HP units, so it's as tanky as an RT. So it's not useless against anything else than air. Okay, and however, he's making a huge. Ooh, what's that transport first? on Ghetto Gunship, but with so that's at this level of gameplay, that's a mistake, because he switched the direct order. Okay, I focus on this action, so striker against mantis, but radar is not totally in range, you can see, but now the visio of the tank is. So maybe few shots, you see how scout is important? Few shots of the tank got lost on excellent micro. That's crazy. What we just saw is that ZLO had a perfect reaction to stay in the range of only one tank. He saw there was a second one, he saw he had an HP advantage, and now the idea is to protect as fast as possible this engineer. Cobalt Valley, I still didn't find time to present the map because so much stuff is going on the same time, and finally quite a late spam, so that's a big danger. And of course Ghetto Gunship, it's coming back, it's Brandy again. Yeah, 5, yes, it's a 5 NG's. Oh, that's quite annoying because you're reducing by. Oh, I think I will do a mistake. Not 15%. No, well, some percent. 1/6 of the DPS of a Ghetto Gunship. So that's quite annoying because the very interesting advantage of a Ghetto Gunship, it's first the HP, it has quite a lot of HPs, but before the DPS, and it's supposed to kill some mechs is very fast, but first it will kill. Oh, it's focusing the mantis, that's interesting. Now it should, no, still not the NG. That's the painful thing of this unit, is that you can't focus a unit because there's no attack order for a Tech 1 transport. So this NG still alive with the scout, 2 tanks on the 1 lab. It's hard to say because yeah, you think you can protect those 2 mexes, but if it's 4 mantis here and we had no occasion to see it, maybe it could be annoying. Another mistake from Crazed is that his rally point was bad. Look, all those tanks should be here. To be honest, at this timing, 5 minutes game, if I was in Crazed position, I think I would have lost the game against Lake Stock, because he went for a heavy push with all his units concentrated and focused on the middle. So his ACU, there's no radar around, he will have the visio. Okay, he sees the ACU, that's the most important. Okay, so now he's safe. But he has maybe 2-3 seconds. On ZLO has a very good vision, he had a well-placed radar, but it will be denied by the ACU. So Cobalt Valley, I will take the time. I saw it's a Tech 2 rush from Crazed, so it's a very interesting strategy. We will see how many slave factory will follow it, because now it's not really interesting to put some more Tech 1. It's not the best cost effective you can have. Air is up, very late air. So what did ZLO do actually? It's hard to say because he went for very late air. Oh yeah, no, I don't, sorry, I don't manage to follow the speed of the game. Whoops. But I have to slow 1 second. It won't be long, but too many things happening. First, Crazed made a very weird but interesting style. He went for fast Ghetto Gunship, but then he didn't follow with planes. Why? Because it's costing a lot of energy, and his plan was to go fast second land or third land. But so he went Tech 2 land, but he had this energy because he stopped air. He didn't have a single interceptor on the map, which is very risky because we could expect maybe a second or third air from ZLO. So if there were some jester or from some bombers, he would take a long time before killing those. Of course, he had already the art factory, but still he had to build those, and it will delay the Tech 2 and maybe even make some energy problems. So big problems. On the meantime, so he dropped this, and he managed to secure this side, still with an aggressive but risky push. Why is Crazed still advancing here alone with his ACU? For few reasons. First, thanks to the ghetto gunship, and that's a very important advantage of air openings, he had the vision of the position of the ACU. Plus, he take in account that he killed a radar. So now, ZLO can't see as well as before the position of the enemy ACU. However, what he knows is that most of Crazed army is here to kill. I think there were 3 Mantis, so that's a big overreaction of Crazed. So his army is quite out of position, but it should be changed quite fast. Probably because he was focusing on his Tech 2 timing, which will be decisive. Now, concerning the map control, oh, that's unfortunate. Second radar is killed. Okay, so let's take the normal speed. But map control is very even. And what I wanted to say is Cobalt Valley. What is this map? How is it played? So you can see that it's a very hard map because the mexes are very hard to defend and there's not so many mexes. So the reds are very good. The Mantis is excellent on this battlefield because of its speed. Plus the distances are quite big, so for some NGs to recover it takes some time. So if you manage to kill some NGs on this map, it's very interesting. Still, we can see on the meantime very good mass balance from Crazed because he's not overreacting. I saw he produced some light bots. I don't know why. 5 light bots here. We have to know, especially back in the days, Crazed was kind of a scientist. Another radar killed or about to be killed. I hope he will get it. That's a very important target to manual focus. Then he sent double NGs to recover this place because, as I said, the time is crucial. So here it's the ACU, so he knows the position of the ACU. He sees that it's not with an army, or maybe it's hidden. We don't have a look at the radar. We don't know what's happening all here. We can have units very deep in the attacks, but it won't be spotted. A secured PD, so that's something to take in account. And what I really don't want to miss, okay, that's now the first Tech 2 max timing and assist by an engineer, so very absolutely not all in. He sees that he had a tech advantage, so okay, now let's have an echo advantage. Okay, so you see I just said that this area was not on the radar, or maybe units were hidden here, but he's about to kill one more max, and you can see while you're upgrading a Tech 2 max, it's very painful. However, Pillars, excellent unit. That's what make UF still playable nowadays, I will say, because Tech 1 is not as strong as it used to be, but Pillar, it's an excellent unit. Why? Because it's super cheap. 22 seconds build time and a lot of health, so it makes your spam very tanky, very UF, very solid. Of course, the DPS is not excellent, but the HPs for Tech 1, it's a nightmare to fight some pillars. So what is bad is that I'd love, as casting this game right now, to see ZLO's base, to see how he reacts to this fast Tech 2 land timing. And then he's not losing time, so he reduced the build power on upgrading Tech 2 maxes. Ah no, he adapted. So that's good. So yeah, very good timing. And oh, interesting target. Maybe it will be focused, because when you can kill 3 pigeons for free thanks to the storage, it's very good. But you have to be careful not to be wounded. Oh, ACU under attack. ACU very deep in the enemy lines, so he retreats, especially with... Yeah, we can see that the radar coverage of Crazed is not excellent. Tech 2 max, I don't think he will... Okay, we saw rhinos. Maybe he didn't have the time to see it, but okay, now we know that there is Tech 2 land on the field. We saw also on the radar that there were 5-6 planes, so Crazed doesn't have air, but that's normal because he didn't build air except the transport initially. On the rhinos, way superior tank compared to the pillar, but it's normal because Rhino is also more expensive. So yeah, is this push cost effective for Crazed Chariot? Yes and no. look. Oh, that was a bad move, but look, all this mass, it's some Cybran units on some UF units, but he didn't do damage on he gave mass. So I would say maybe Low has an advantage of this attack, even if it was in his base. However, it forced the high-tech units of ZLO to be at this position. And if it was not defending, it was for sure attacking. You can see at this level, top 5 against top 5 players here are very reactive. So ZLO was 1 second ahead, but it was 1 NG against 2 NGs, so of course 2 NGs win. Gun upgrade, in the meantime, excellent, because he's very well balancing his economy, but at what cost? Because to balance his economy, he had to cut the production. Then, as I said earlier, I don't agree this spam of Tech 1 tanks, because once you have Tech 2, it's not very interesting to have some Tech 1 tanks around. Well, it's adding some mass, but I prefer more pillars on less Tech 1 tanks. But yeah, that depends. Like, all the players have some different opinions on that point. So yeah, mine is to get the most of higher tech you can have. But some players prefer to have larger armies to surround the units. So very important fight, but remember that it's a fight in the territory of ZLO. However, this gun ACU will protect this area, which looks to be very important. However, we didn't see ZLO ACU for a long time, so I'm a bit worried. So you can see all the time doubling the NGs to recover the map control twice faster. So yeah, now it's not enough to instant rebuild the mexes you lose. You have to do it with 1 NG per mex to do it even faster than before. Okay, ZLO is scooting. So what will he scoot? Well, a very strong economy from Crazed and without any echo crash. So that's excellent. This gun ACU taking a position but opening a new front for ZLO. If he wants, he can go through the middle and get those 4 mexes, which are, we have to say, as interesting as the side mexes. So if Crazed has both sides but lose the middle, the game is still even. It's they are switching some some parts of the map, but no one is taking a significant advantage. It will be the case if there were a big pack of free game. So maybe a very slight advantage for Crazed. Finally, some action. Still some run buys, and that's the point I was waiting for. Actually, I was sure that ZLO was about to send some Tech 2 gunships, but no, he sent some bombers. But that's a mistake from this kind of very high quality players. They should react faster. ZLO should have noticed that there were not a single Tech 1 interceptor from Crazed on this since 10 minutes. So he had to use gestures, he had to use bomber spam, but for nearly nothing he could hurt Crazed with air supremacy. And I'm also quite impressed. Crazed, seeing that his opponent is not reacting, he won't react before his opponent shows that he wants to push with air. So he has not on all the map a single anti-air. So advantage for Crazed in this no air strategy. But actually it's also part of the mind game. When you open with a ghetto gunship, you're putting the air on front of the battlefield. Like, look with what I will pursue. It's a ghetto gunship. So expect some air aggression from all the game. So actually, yeah, ZLO, he started this game by defending against a ghetto gunship. So in his mind, air is a danger. And finally, just after a radical switch to Tech 2 land, made this this opening even stronger than it was initially supposed to be. So you can see how deep the level of mind game can be at this level. Especially Crazed, he's excellent in this kind of of tricks on technology switches. But now it's never too late. ZLO is going for some bombers, and it will normally force. No, he doesn't want to build a single plane in this game. It's like he's not trolling the opponent, especially since he really has enough energy to do that, but he doesn't want. Okay, so he's getting some more Tech 2 factories. And this push is very dangerous. Oof. Actually, the funny thing is it's dangerous for the two players. Because ZLO can maybe cut the retreat. So that's why he won't go more far. Yeah, that's not good English. Okay, so the KCU is here. I'd love to see if there's an upgrade. I think there is not. I saw only one second, so I'd like to check. Bombers doing some kills, but against pillars, I let you imagine the time required. Or maybe the trapped player is now building a trap. Look, a free front attack. Oh, a radar visio. That's good. So you can see big energy waste, but when you are in this kind of position, in this middle game, you have to get a lot of overcharge. This is the key of the game. And look at that. We will check the overcharge. Very excellent one. 3 rhinos in one. I don't know if it was especially wanted. And yes, no upgrade, but overcharge for ZLO. ZLO like to rush Tech 2 pigeons. So maybe he already has one, and if it's the case, his SU will be even stronger. Oh, so no more radar. That's unfortunate. No, okay, the radar is here. So that's good. I don't know in Crazed position what can he do really. He lost because on the meantime with this push of Rhinos he lost all this side. And there are still some units which managed to get incurved in this side. And he even lost this Mexis, which is close to the main base. So, same than before, he forces Crazed to defend with his last units, and I think it's I think a Tech 2 air switch will come very soon for Crazed, but first he will probably need or a Tech 2 pigeon or a lot of interceptors, because to get air useful he has to equal this force. Okay, so he's rebuilding Mexis. He has a lot of reclaim on his side. He's winning some battles, so he's not overkilled, and he's killing a rhino for free, so that's always good, because we are talking about expensive units. And in the meantime, he took some reclaim on his opponent's side. So I think that Crazed got wounded hardly, sure, because he lost more Mexis than his opponent. However, he still has those, when on the meantime, ZLO didn't get those. Do you see what I mean? That if we count the Mexis, it's not very high, especially the Tech 1, because there's a lot of Tech 2, but it's only slightly better for his opponent. The thing that we have to check... Oh! Okay... That's interesting. That's some... so this you have to check, because it's some information from your enemy, but also you have to check if this makes go to Tech 2. Because if it doesn't, it means that the opponent, for example Crazed, this one is going on Tech 2. So still a lot of bombers. On he built some flags, but he really had to spread those out all around the map, because little by little the bombers are doing a lot of damages. Look, this one has a veteran C, 260 HPs. Actually 2 veteran Cs, I will say. Okay, I check. I hope I won't miss some action. 2 veteran Cs maybe. 3 veteran Cs. Okay, sorry. So it was probably some Tech 2 units. Okay, so this pillar still not dead. Because look, it has 2000 HPs, so he has also some veterans, but it's killed. And at this time of the game, I like this idea to put a lot of NGs on the field. Also, it can be killed by those bombers, so I'm a bit worried. What was that? Okay, mobile missile launchers. It's not what will kill an ACU, however, it's good because it's putting some constant pressure on if he builds some PDs or even more important some anti-air, it will be auto-focused by the mobile missile launchers. Okay, some more Tech 2 factories, but still not a single plane. No problem, no problem. It's a new playstyle. No air games. But I give the right to my opponents to build some. Okay, so here came this. I think that it was killed after his Tech 2 pigeon was built. So we can guess that ZLO has a Tech 2 pigeons. Well, why when you are in game, you don't always have the time to analyze all of this. However, it can be way easier if you just scout. But for this, he should just build. It's not expensive, 2 or 3 scouts, or not scouts. Ooh, oh my god, that's not an army you want to face with only your ACU. Although those veterans are coming very fast, especially with you don't realize so many Rhinos. It can not one shoot the ACU, but if he turns back quite fast, on there are still some distances between the spam and the ACU. That's very okay. He realized like I'm not too bad in this game, in this position, so let's not get killed by a bad move. Okay, because he's very aggressive. It makes maybe 10 minutes, no, or 6 or 7 that his ACU is in this spot, in this strategic position. And you can see that ZLO, he could push middle, of course, he denied those mexes, but he couldn't go further. He could go on the other side, of course, but yes, number against strength, and numbers looks to win. But is there the real winner? That's philosophy. Yeah, that's cool. Both are losing some units, but in the end I think that Crazed will reclaim all of those, as he's already busy reclaiming that. 3,000 mass in the bank. So what do you do when you're in this position? First, it's quite sad that he didn't went for or look at the reclaim, how fast it's coming. Exactly when I said that, it stopped growing, but it was growing very fast. What do you do when you have all this mass in the bank? You go for tech-free land, but the annoying thing is he still has to build some tech 1 agents. And yeah, as I said, in early games, those times it's hard to be a UF. However, 21 minutes mark, maybe Crazed. Well, for sure he has to scoot, because it's a very bad position to be in. So now, and it's very late, he's getting some Tech 2 engineers. He should get some TMDs at this point. It's becoming too dangerous. And on the meantime, we'll know. It's hard because when you are at this point, you don't know. So he decided to upgrade this mechs on this mechs. But you can see that in the game he already lost 2 or 3 times those mexes. So once you have upgraded your main, you don't really know what to do, because you are upgrading some mexes that you can maybe lose. So some more wall abuse from ZLO, but is it a good wall abuse? I don't know. We saw that it was very useful earlier because it was earning some time for nearly no mass. Excuse me. But yes, this lack of information, it's quite a problem. You have the mass, you have the reclaim, but you don't know much about your opponent. I can't believe he still didn't build a single plane. But actually, that's a strong playstyle to play airless on this stage of the game. This one also is Tech 2. So with the mobile missile launchers in the air, or I will say on the ground, it's very risky. Another interesting fact about Crazed's playstyle, his Tech 1 PD template is a double PD with a fake one. So it's something small, but it always forces you to zoom. So after when you play him a lot, you know that it's the bottom one, which is the real PD. But he could even make a second template with the same template on the PD here. So he will sometimes switch from top to bottom, and it will force you to zoom. It takes half of a second, but we know what can happen in half of a second on this RTS. Okay, so he has this tech to max, but I think that ZLO is still late in economy, especially since that Crazed has the tech to pigeon now, because he was probably late in the technology of the energy. He only had some tech 1 pigeons with again some weird templates, but yeah, probably cool still. Yeah, little mechs, and still so much mass. That's probably the second biggest mistake from ZLO. First, he used air aggressively too late, and secondly, his attacks were too. It was a too big commitment, because of course he was denying the mexes, but he gave so much mass, and he killed some units of his opponent. But it's like it's not a big problem. His units will be taken back in the end. So maybe take 2 ICU at this stage of the game, it could be interesting, and then even shield a new factory with a lot of build power, but it's not a HQ. He could fake the tech free timing. That will be a very interesting strategy, especially with so much mass in the bank. But he won't test that. He just wants more pillars. It's good until a certain point. Okay, so as I said, yes, this very exposed tech to max will probably die. I love this map, but it's not often that we see the game going that late in the stages, and both players will be forced to go tech free. That's, by the way, why Crazed is launching a major attack at this moment, because he knows that in 2 or 3 minutes the logical way for ZLO to go is to go bricks, because it's very good against this mass pillar strategy. At this point, tech 2 PDs, it's not cost effective against so many HPs in the unit. 17 pillars multiplied by 1500 HPs. I let you imagine, it's a lot. Yes, that's the conclusion. It's a lot of HPs. I won't take the risk to give a number, because if I'm wrong on YouTube, I will be... some people will laugh about me. Okay, so as I said, tech 2 ACU, normal, but still okay. So he put the build power on the wrong factory, which is quite a problem. I'd love to know the range of a TML on this map. Okay. Okay. So yes, he really needs some TMDs, especially for this mix. Oh yes. Good counters. Tech to air on the field. Whoa, yeah. On focusing the flag, and then okay, all those units are a gift. And he didn't even kill this tech to maxes. How many flags here? 0. So he has to retreat those tanks now, or it will be a second gift. Looks like it's about to be a second gift. Tech to air, it's where ZLO is the best. It's, I would say he's out. Or look at this micro. He's withdrawing the low HP tank. Just not to lose it. This one will be hard to withdraw, of course. Okay, so we can see the units taking veteran Cs little by little. Okay, but he lost the tech to max. On the meantime, Crazed, how many flags do you have around your ICU? 3. 3, okay, it's the good number. Maybe 4 or 5, but if you have only 2 or 3, it's a problem. Okay, and with all those tech to gunships, and he hided those, so that's very interesting. He saw that Crazed is not very addicted to scouting, so he used this fact. And he's not very addicted to tech to radars, because... Okay. Interesting reaction. He's tech free now. He has a huge economy. He could even start to tech free max. Oh, little fail here, but Yeah, it happens to me all the time. It's very annoying. And with this amount of Tech 2 gunships, I'm worried. For example, those Tech 1 anti-air, it won't do anything because of the splash damage. Those are not splitted. It's a mistake against Cybran. Of course it works against Tech 1 bombers, but it's not enough. What I would like maybe would be a TML here. Look, it could deny a lot of things. Of course it will require to scoot your enemy. And Titans. That's good. Build Titans until you don't see brick. Because of the speed which can be easily used on this map. However... yeah, Tech 2. And when we see so much build power on Tech 2 air, it can be a switch to Corsairs, Tech 2 fight bombers after. And that will be very annoying, because those flags, even if positioned in before the SU, in the same line you can see, still it will be very annoying. The split of the gunships, I think it's here. Yeah, here are the gunships. But he's on 2 or 3. Here. Oh! Crazed! Thank you! Thank you! I love you! Okay, finally! Okay, so no tech freelance. That's what we had to discover. And... oh, is it? 1, 2, 3... no, 2 tech 2 pigeons, 2 air factories, and he's about to get a third tech 3 pigeon soon. What do we do is here? He reclaimed some tech 1 pigeons, some land factories earlier. It's well grouped, but it won't be enough. It has to be microed. I think that the Teutons has the same range, so it's the better micro who wins. They have the same turn speed as well. And is there enough flags? There are some flags, yeah. There are some flags. But still this bunk, since ages in Crazed, yeah. But that's very hard. Like, I'm saying he should do this, that's true. But this map is very hard to play because you have to pay attention to every side. And you saw the number of readings. If you commit hard to a side, you can give some mass to your opponent. So it's better to get all your focus on the side, and then as soon as you have time, of course you build your base and you try to deal the best you can with your economy. So he chose the mobile missile launcher Tech 3. Excellent unit with a crazy DPS. I don't know what he's attacking. He doesn't know either actually. Probably some Tech 2 PDs. Yeah, probably. And start of a PD creep, and yeah, that's good. I like it because it's denying the mexes that ZLO had just taken back. It's preventing some more reclaim. And here one flag, yeah. But he prefers to withdraw. Will we see some planes? No, it was only some scouts, but we won't build interceptors. It's not smart. And how many Titans? 7, but... oh, okay. It's funny because I didn't see the explosions, but I'm sure you guys did before me. But yes, those arties in the middle of the map will be very hard to deny, except... oh, actually I think he already killed one here. Yeah, I think this unit is way more powerful than a Tech 2 fixed RT, and as well it's way less expensive. So, advantage of the unit for Crazed, and that's the third time I try to say it, but I'm always interrupted by something else. But at 30 minutes game, UEF has Percival. It has this wonderful unit, which is the best Tech 3 land of all the game, all factions concerned, okay? So this will have to probably face some bricks or some Tech 2 air. So not bricks for now, not Tech 3 land. But those units will be nearly unstoppable. Actually, the size of the army of Crazed is big. Walls are being built in emergency, but it won't be enough. the commitment of tech to air was too big, and since you have this number of flak, there's absolutely no danger. So at this moment I think that Crazed can win the game on this move. He knows he won't face some tech free, so just go on, kill the rhinos, as many rhinos there will be, it's not a problem. Those PDs won't help by shooting the poor floor, and I think it's GG at this point. Like, all the mass of Crazed went in this commitment, those tech to fix artists, which was not... it was a weird choice, but not a bad choice. However, the adaptation of Crazed was good. He continued to spam some units. The armies are... the tech was delayed a lot. Interesting. Tech was delayed a lot. He's pinging some stuff. Ah no, it's not pinging, it's the art explosion. Okay, so stealth army, but Perseers are in the place. However, you can see that's the meta game of today. Tech 2 killing tech 3. However, you can see the number, which explains that a lot. And I'm not worried for Crazed. He will have Perseers on time to kill this army, which actually will retreat. And here it's Baghdad, it's Armageddon, it's whatever you want, but it's the end of the game, because he will probably focus the tech 2 pigeons in a second, or those will die by themselves. And with this amount of tech 2 flags, there's no way that ZLO can do anything against this army. Now, if we check, yes. Okay, so this gunship was cost effective for sure. Okay. A game mainly won by the reclaim. I like to check 18,000 against 30,000. So yes, the difference is very significant. But still, so there were difference in the way the player pushed, and there were difference in the way, in the unit compositions of the players. And on the two sides, it turned in Crazed advantage. So that's some very special gameplay. Like, if you try to play nowhere style in ranked, if you are not called Crazed, you probably will have some big difficulties, because it's very hard to play this kind of full-on. However, it looks to be, I would say, the new metagame, the trendy playstyle, that now, if you want to play updated, you have to play without with way bigger armies. It's like we are back to 3.5.9.9, where the full end was the most used strategy. And that's some very good playstyles, because it can allow some comeback, like we saw the surprise of seeing 15 tech to gunships, cancelling a lot of mass, which no. That okay. So yes, that's a huge mistake from ZLO, is that he didn't reclaim the mass he had got for free while making the surprise of the tech to gunships. I think, yeah, Crazed played supremely well in this one. Well, the game is not over, but it's like it was. I don't think that ZLO can come back into the game by any way, even if managed to kill a tech 2 max here, but now he's reclaiming his own Percivals. Oh, yum yum yum, so much mass. Look, it's growing fast. It's growing fast. And in no time, okay, so Crazed just has to pay attention to this Rhino. Maybe he is trying a final push or a kind of a trap. But okay, yes, he's building some more Tech 1 PDs. Why? Because there's only one RT here, and Rhino is horribly bad against Tech 1 PDs. You can see all the walls taking tons of damages. But the PD, it's fine. I'm killing some high-tech units. Yeah! That was fun. That was very cool match. I really like to watch this one. I even killed this Tech 2 factory. But I don't think that the... Yeah, what is the maximum range of those artists? I will say this factory actually. Yes, this factory. And it can't go to the main base. Hopefully, otherwise it will be very strong. However, it's some static gameplay. Okay, so looks like ZLO wants to continue the game. Game his take to ACU on his two RTs. I wish him good luck, of course, because it won't be easy. Yeah, that's some waste of time. This game is over since 5 minutes. But yes, you saw that once we were reaching the tech-free stage, it was a big advantage to Crazed, and I think that's the reason why because ZLO didn't win a tech-free land. Because yeah, you I think some of you wondered why. Because he had the same economies than Crazed during a very long time. Less reclaim, but still a way an economy way stronger. No, my English sucks. Yeah, he had enough in economy to go tech freelance. That's what I wanted to say. But he knew that his bricks would have now or later to face some Percivals, and it will be a big disadvantage for him because bricks can't be cost effective against Percies. So for this reason, he was maybe more inspired to try some new strategy like this kind of fixed tech to RT, and for the mobility of the army he used the tech to air. However, once you reach a certain number of flags, it's no more possible to get any more damages. So yeah, very well played to Crazed Chariot, who won ZLO. I hope that the two players will continue to play a ton of rankeds, because it's like the two weird players, because those two players are well known for their unconventional playstyles. Like we saw, both were playing weird, but weird against weird, but not the same weirdness. And that creates some new, very innovative gameplays, which are always very interesting and very cool to watch. So I will try to cast again. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye bye, see you!